Hey everyone, and welcome to this deep dive. We're going to be taking a closer look at this text file titled The Law of Attraction. You attract what you are.
Oh, yeah.
And it's all about harnessing this law for success, both personally and professionally.
Right.
So get ready for some actionable tips.
It's interesting how the source really emphasizes that it's not just about, wishful thinking.
Yeah.
It's about aligning your mindset and actions to actually draw in what you want.
Right. It's not enough to just daydream about winning the lottery, right?
Right.
You got to buy a ticket, and this deep dive is all about those actions that you can take to make the law of attraction work for you.
Exactly. And one of the biggest roadblocks the source tackles is the fear of rejection. It dedicates a whole section to overcoming it,
Oh, wow.
which I think is super valuable.
Totally.
Yeah.
So let's break down those 7 steps to conquering that fear.
Okay.
First up is reframing rejection.
Right.
The source encourages us to see no as redirection,
Yeah.
not a personal attack.
Okay.
It uses this clever analogy of shopping for clothes.
Yes, the clothing store analogy.
Yep.
It basically says, if you walk into a store and decide not to buy a certain shirt, you're not rejecting the entire store.
Right.
You're simply realizing that specific shirt wasn't the right fit.
Right.
And when you apply that to, say, business or personal interactions, it can be a game changer.
Yeah.
Each no might just be steering you towards a bigger and better yes.
Okay. That's a helpful way to look at it.
Yeah.
Step 2 is about the power of visualization.
Okay.
The source recommends picturing a successful outcome before a big event,
Right.
a meeting or a sales call.
Visualization is a technique used by a lot of high achievers.
Yeah.
When you create that crystal clear image of yourself succeeding, it boosts your confidence and shifts your energy in a positive direction. It's almost like you're programming your mind for success.
I love that mental programming.
Yeah.
Step 3 dives into affirmations. Those positive statements we can use to, as the source puts it, reprogram our internal dialogue and energy.
It all comes back to the power of our thoughts, right? If we constantly tell ourselves we're going to fail or we're not good enough, we're actually more likely to see those outcomes.
Right.
But when we start using affirmations like, I attract opportunities that align with my goals, we shift our mindset and project a more confident vibe, which can make a big difference.
So we're talking about replacing those self-sabotaging thoughts with empowering ones.
Exactly.
Got it, Sass. Step 4 is all about checking in with your feelings before those crucial interactions.
Yeah.
If you're feeling anxious or fearful, the source suggests taking a moment to shift your energy to a more confident state.
Absolutely. The energy you bring to any situation is contagious. Think about it like this. If you walk into a meeting feeling nervous, that vibe can spread to the other people in the room. But if you walk in feeling confident and self-assured, that energy becomes magnetic.
Okay.
People are naturally drawn to that kind of energy.
The source even uses public speaking as an example here.
Oh, public speaking is a perfect illustration.
Right.
We've all been there, right?
Right.
Those nerves can be intense.
For sure.
But what if instead of focusing on that nervousness, you channel it into excitement and passion for what you're talking about? Not only will you feel more confident, but your audience will feel it too, and they'll be more engaged with what you have to say.
I'm definitely going to try that next time I have to give a presentation.
Yeah.
Step 5 emphasizes detaching from outcomes.
Okay.
The source really stresses letting go of needing a specific result
Right.
and instead focusing on taking action.
This is a crucial concept when dealing with rejection.
Okay.
By releasing that need for a specific outcome, we take the pressure off ourselves.
Yeah.
It allows us to approach situations with more flexibility and resilience.
The source gives this great example of sending out a proposal and not hearing back right away. Instead of spiraling into worry, it encourages you to focus on the fact that you put your best work out there.
Exactly. You took action, and now you can trust that things will unfold as they should.
Right.
It's not about being passive.
Yeah.
It's about approaching things from a place of inner peace and confidence rather than desperation.
Okay. I'm starting to see how these steps build on each other.
Yeah.
Now we're getting strategic with step 6,
Okay.
cultivating a long-term mindset.
Right.
The source reminds us that the law of attraction often works over time, not instantly.
This is where patience and perseverance come into play.
Right?
It's easy to get caught up in the need for instant gratification, but the truth is, real lasting success rarely happens overnight. Think of every action you take, every thought you think, as planting a seed.
Yeah.
Those seeds need time to sprout and grow.
The source uses this analogy, right?
Yes.
Imagine you've been making sales calls every day for a month, but you haven't seen any results yet.
Don't give up.
Okay.
Keep planting those seeds.
Yep.
Every call, every interaction is a step closer to your goal.
Right.
The universe is always working in your favor, even when you can't see the immediate results.
So it's about trusting the process and staying committed, even when it feels like nothing's happening.
Exactly. It's about building that resilience and understanding that setbacks are just part of the journey.
Right.
Which brings us perfectly to step 7, which is all about developing self-confidence through repetition.
Right. It's like anything else in life. The more you practice, the better you become.
Exactly.
The source even suggests that the more you expose yourself to situations that might involve rejection, the more comfortable you'll get with handling them.
Absolutely. It's about pushing past your comfort zone and recognizing that each experience, whether it's a yes or a no, is an opportunity to learn and grow.
It's a total mindset shift.
It is.
Okay, so we've covered the 7 steps to overcoming fear of rejection.
Right.
Now let's dive into the 10 steps for connecting with new people because, as the source points out, this is where the real magic happens when it comes to attracting success.
This section goes beyond just superficial networking tips.
Right.
It's about building genuine connections and relationships based on mutual respect and shared values.
And it all starts with intention.
Yes.
The source really stresses the difference between approaching interactions solely to sell something versus genuinely wanting to connect with someone.
It's about aligning your energy with your true intentions.
Oh.
People can sense when you're being inauthentic or just focused on your own agenda.
Right.
But when you approach interactions with a genuine desire to connect and contribute, you create a more positive and attractive energy that draws people to you.
And it attracts the right kind of people, too.
Right.
People who are also looking for genuine connections and collaborations.
Exactly.
The source even talks about the power of reciprocity in these interactions.
It's like a universal law.
Mm.
What you give out comes back to you.
Okay.
When you offer genuine value and support to others, you create a positive ripple effect that attracts similar energy back into your life. Step 2 is about visualizing that ideal conversation you want to have with someone.
Yes.
The source uses the example of pitching to an investor.
Okay.
Can you expand on that a little?
Imagine yourself walking into that pitch meeting, feeling confident and prepared. You're delivering your pitch with clarity and passion. You're answering questions with ease. And you're connecting with the investors on a personal level.
Right.
When you visualize this ideal scenario beforehand,
Yeah.
you're essentially priming your mind for success and creating a mental blueprint that can guide your actions and energy in the real world.
So it's like a mental rehearsal
Yeah.
that sets you up for a positive outcome.
Yeah.
I like that.
Exactly.
Moving on to step 3, body language.
Okay.
The source reminds us that our posture and nonverbal cues speak volumes about how we feel.
They do.
It encourages us to project confidence through our body language,
Right.
like maintaining eye contact and using open posture.
It's fascinating how much our body language can influence not only how others perceive us, but also how we feel about ourselves.
When you stand tall, make eye contact, and use open gestures,
Yeah.
you're not only projecting confidence, but you're also boosting your own confidence from the inside out.
And that inner confidence can make all the difference in how others respond to you.
For sure.
Step 4 is all about active listening, which the source emphasizes as a key to building strong, authentic relationships.
When you truly listen to someone, you're showing them respect and creating a space for meaningful connection.
Okay.
It's about being present in the moment and fully engaging with what the other person is saying, both verbally and non-verbally.
And the source points out that this can have some amazing benefits. It can help you attract solutions to problems and build a deeper rapport with others.
It's like opening yourself up to a flow of information and insights.
Yeah.
When you're fully present and engaged in a conversation, you're more likely to pick up on subtle cues and gain a deeper understanding of the other person's perspective,
Right.
which can lead to breakthroughs and creative solutions.
Step 5 encourages us to ask powerful questions.
Right.
Those that go beyond the surface level and really get to the heart of what someone values or believes.
Asking thought-provoking questions is a fantastic way to spark engaging conversations and build deeper connections. Instead of sticking to small talk, ask questions that invite the other person to share their thoughts, experiences, and perspectives.
The source gives a great example of this. Instead of just pitching your services to a potential partner, try asking, what do you value most in a collaboration?
That's such a great question because it shifts the focus from a transactional interaction to a more collaborative and value-driven one.
Right.
It shows that you're genuinely interested in understanding their needs and finding ways to create a mutually beneficial partnership.
Okay, I'm making a note of that one.
Good one.
Step 6 is all about letting your authentic enthusiasm shine.
Yes.
The source highlights that when you're genuinely passionate about your work, that energy is contagious and attracts like-minded individuals.
It's true. Enthusiasm is magnetic. When you're excited about what you do, it shines through in everything you do, from your words and body language to your overall energy. And that can be incredibly attractive to people who resonate with your passion and are looking for that same kind of energy in their own lives.
So be passionate.
Be passionate.
Step 7 focuses on our voices.
Yes.
Specifically, the impact a confident tone can have, especially when we're presenting or delivering important messages.
Your voice is a powerful instrument. It conveys not only your words, but also your emotions and intentions.
Right.
When you practice your delivery and speak with clarity and confidence, you command attention and inspire trust in your audience.
Okay.
Think about those speakers you've heard who just captivate a room that usually have a strong, confident voice that draws you in.
Step 8 is all about clarity, especially when it comes to proposals or outlining what you offer.
Okay.
The source suggests that avoiding ambiguity and being direct in your communication builds trust and attracts people who value decisiveness.
Clear communication is crucial in any relationship, but especially in business. When you're upfront about what you offer and what you expect, you create a foundation of transparency and trust, which can be very attractive to potential clients or partners.
The source gives a great example of this, suggesting that instead of saying something vague like, maybe we could do this, try saying something more direct, like, here's what I offer and here's how I believe we can work together.
That kind of directness shows that you're confident in your abilities and that you value clear communication, which can be very appealing to people who are looking for decisive and reliable partners.
Step 9 brings us back to visualization.
Okay.
Encouraging us to visualize ourselves succeeding,
Right.
especially as a way to reduce anxiety and attract positive responses from others.
We've talked about the power of visualization before, but it's worth emphasizing again.
Yeah.
It's like creating a mental rehearsal for success, which allows you to approach situations with more confidence and clarity.
The source gives the example of a client meeting. Let's say you're feeling anxious about an upcoming client meeting.
Instead of letting those nerves take over, spend some time visualizing yourself confidently leading the meeting, engaging with the client, and achieving a positive outcome.
Right.
By creating this mental picture of success, you're aligning your energy with your desired outcome,
Okay.
which can help reduce anxiety and attract a more favorable response from the client.
And finally, step 10 is about releasing the fear of judgment,
Okay.
which the source emphasizes as crucial for authentic self-expression.
This is perhaps the most important step of all,
Yeah.
because when you release the need for approval from others, you free yourself to be your true self and pursue your goals without hesitation.
The source uses the example of pitching an innovative idea. What would happen if we let fear get in the way?
If you let fear of judgment hold you back, you might never share your brilliant idea with the world. But if you embrace your authenticity and present your idea with confidence and conviction, you'll attract people who resonate with your vision and are excited to support you.
Yeah.
Remember, not everyone is going to love your ideas,
Right.
and that's okay.
Yeah.
The important thing is to stay true to yourself and share your gifts with the world.
That's a perfect way to wrap up this section on connecting with new people.
Yes.
Okay, next up, we're diving into the 10 steps for adopting the mindset of a millionaire entrepreneur, which is where things get really interesting.
This section goes beyond just the financial aspects of success and delves into the beliefs, habits, and even the environment that can attract abundance and opportunity into your life.
It all starts with cultivating an abundance mindset, which the source describes as shifting our focus from what we lack to the abundance of opportunities that surround us.
It's about recognizing that the universe is infinitely abundant and that there's more than enough to go around. When you adopt this mindset, you start to see possibilities everywhere, and you begin to attract opportunities that align with your vision.
The source contrasts the thought, I don't have enough clients,
Right.
with the thought, I'm creating the conditions to attract more clients.
It's a perfect example of how a simple change in perspective can have a ripple effect on your reality.
Yeah.
When you focus on lack, you create more lack. But when you focus on abundance, you open yourself up to a flow of opportunities and resources that were always there, just waiting for you to tap into them.
Step 2 is about aligning your decisions with your vision of success.
Okay.
It's about asking yourself, what would a successful entrepreneur do in this situation?
Right.
And then making choices that are consistent with that vision.
It's about making choices that support your long-term goals,
Mm-hmm.
even when those choices feel scary or uncomfortable.
Right.
The source uses the example of being afraid to invest in your business.
Fear can be paralyzing, especially when it comes to finances. What's the antidote?
Shift your perspective. Instead of focusing on the potential for loss, focus on the potential for growth and expansion. When you make decisions from a place of fear, you limit your possibilities.
Right.
But when you make decisions from a place of faith and vision, you open yourself up to a world of abundance and opportunity.
Okay, and step 3 emphasizes the importance of investing in your personal and professional growth.
Yes.
The source highlights that continuous learning and development are key to attracting success.
It's about recognizing that you are your most valuable asset. When you invest in your knowledge, skills, and personal growth, you send a signal to the universe that you're serious about success.
Okay.
And you become a magnet for opportunities and resources that can help you achieve your goals.
So it's about constantly expanding your knowledge and skills.
Exactly.
Which in turn attracts more opportunities for growth. It's a positive feedback loop.
Exactly. The more you invest in yourself, the more valuable you become, and the more you attract the success you desire.
Step 4 focuses on the company we keep.
Right.
The source highlights the impact of the people we surround ourselves with and emphasizes the importance of spending time with success-minded individuals.
Your social circle has a profound influence on your energy and mindset. When you surround yourself with people who are positive, supportive, and driven, their energy rubs off on you, and you start to see the world through a more optimistic and possibility-oriented lens.
The source even suggests limiting your time with negative people, which can be tough.
Yeah.
But it's often necessary to protect your energy and create a supportive environment for your growth.
It's not about cutting people out of your life entirely.
Right.
It's about being mindful of the energy you allow into your space.
Yeah.
When you spend time with people who are constantly complaining or focusing on the negative, their energy can drain you and hold you back from achieving your full potential.
Okay, and step 5 is all about projecting confidence.
Yes.
Even when you're facing challenges.
Right.
The source stresses the importance of appearing confident because it inspires trust and attracts people who want to support you.
Confidence is magnetic. It draws people in and makes them want to believe in you and your vision, even when you're feeling uncertain on the inside.
Right.
Projecting an aura of confidence can help you navigate difficult situations with grace and resilience.
The source uses the example of a negotiation.
Imagine you're going into a negotiation feeling insecure and unsure of yourself.
Right.
You're less likely to get the outcome you desire because your lack of confidence can be perceived as weakness.
Yeah.
But if you project an aura of confidence, even if you're facing a tough opponent, you'll inspire trust and create a more favorable negotiating environment.
Step 6 is about discipline and consistency.
Okay.
The source reminds us that sustained effort over time is key to attracting long-term success.
This is about recognizing that success is a marathon, not a sprint.
Right.
It requires dedication, perseverance, and a willingness to show up consistently, even when you don't feel like it.
The source gives the example of sticking to a daily routine of making client calls,
Right.
even when you're not seeing immediate results.
That consistency builds momentum and creates a powerful, energetic field that attracts opportunities. It's about trusting the process and believing that your efforts will eventually lead to the results you desire.
Step 7 is a fascinating one, gratitude for what's coming.
Yes.
The source suggests that expressing gratitude for things we haven't yet manifested can actually help us align with our goals.
It's about shifting your energy to a place of receptivity and abundance.
Okay.
When you express gratitude for things that haven't yet materialized, you're essentially telling the universe that you're ready to receive them.
The source suggests starting each day by expressing gratitude for the opportunities and blessings that are on their way.
It's a powerful way to set the tone for your day and align yourself with the abundance you desire.
Step 8 focuses on generosity and the idea that giving without expecting anything in return can create a flow of abundance in our lives.
It's about recognizing that abundance is a flow, not a fixed amount.
Okay.
When you give freely, you create a space for more abundance to flow into your life.
The source gives the example of offering help and advice without expecting anything in return.
That kind of selfless giving creates a positive ripple effect that attracts opportunities, resources, and supportive relationships. It's about recognizing that we're all interconnected and that by helping others, we ultimately help ourselves.
Step 9 encourages us to aim higher.
Yes.
To never settle for our current level of success,
Right.
but to always strive to reach new heights.
It's about embracing a growth mindset and recognizing that there's always more to learn, more to achieve, and more to experience.
The source gives the example of not being content with your current level of business success, even if it's already exceeding your expectations.
It's about continually challenging yourself to expand your vision and reach for new levels of achievement.
Okay.
Complacency can be a trap.
Yeah.
So it's important to keep pushing yourself beyond your comfort zone and striving for greater things.
And finally, step 10 is about creating a physical environment that reflects your aspirations. The source suggests that our surroundings can have a powerful impact on our mindset and our ability to attract success.
Our environment can either support or hinder our growth.
Yeah.
So it's important to create a space that inspires you, motivates you, and reflects the level of success you aspire to achieve.
So it's not just about our internal world.
Right.
It's about our external world as well.
Exactly.
Creating a supportive and inspiring environment can make a big difference in our ability to attract success.
Think about it. If you're working in a cluttered and chaotic space, it's going to be much harder to focus and feel inspired. But if you create a clean, organized, and aesthetically pleasing workspace, you're setting yourself up for success.
That makes sense. Okay, we've covered a lot of ground in this section on adopting the mindset of a millionaire entrepreneur.
Yes, we have.
Now let's move on to the final part of this deep dive, which focuses on a specific section of the source material titled The 7 Steps from the Power of Self-Confidence by Brian Tracy.
This section really dives into the psychological aspects of self-confidence and how it relates to attracting success.
Okay.
It's about recognizing that true confidence comes from within and that it's something we can cultivate through intentional actions and thoughts.
Right.
It all comes back to the idea that we have the power to shape our reality through our beliefs and our actions. It's all about tapping into that inner power and realizing that we're not just passive recipients of whatever life throws our way.
Right.
We can actively create the life we want.
And the 7 steps from Brian Tracy's The Power of Self-Confidence, which this source pulls from, really seem to lay out a roadmap for building that inner strength and confidence.
Exactly. They offer practical guidance on how to shift our mindset, overcome our fears, and develop that unshakable self-belief that is essential for attracting success.
So let's dive into the steps. First up is, again, reframing our mindset around rejection, seeing no as a step towards yes instead of a personal defeat.
The source uses this great analogy of a salesperson to illustrate this point.
Oh, I love a good analogy. Tell me more about it.
Well, think about it. Not every sales pitch results in a sale, right?
Definitely not.
But each no that a salesperson encounters just brings them one step closer to that yes.
Yeah.
It's about understanding that rejection is simply part of the process.
Right.
And that every no is an opportunity to learn, refine your approach, and ultimately get closer to your desired outcome.
That's a helpful way to look at it. It takes the sting out of those no's and helps us stay focused on the bigger picture.
Exactly. It's about recognizing that rejection is not a reflection of your worth or your abilities, but simply a redirection towards a better opportunity.
Okay, step 2 focuses on building self-confidence through action, especially in those areas where we feel insecure.
This step is all about recognizing that confidence is not something we are born with, it's something we cultivate through experience.
Right.
The more we push ourselves outside of our comfort zones and take action, the more evidence we gather that we are capable and resilient. The source uses the classic example of someone who is afraid of public speaking.
Right. The more that person practices speaking in front of others, the more comfortable and confident they become. It's about facing our fears head on and proving to ourselves that we can handle challenging situations.
Step 3 encourages us to accept rejection as a necessary part of success. The source points out that all successful people have faced their fair share of rejection, and it's often through overcoming those challenges that they achieve greatness.
This step really resonates with me.
Yeah.
It's about shifting our perspective from seeing rejection as a failure to seeing it as a necessary stepping stone on the path to success.
The source cites some pretty inspiring examples here. Steve Jobs, J.K. Rowling, Oprah Winfrey. These individuals all face significant rejection before achieving incredible success.
Their stories are a powerful reminder that rejection is not a reflection of our worth or potential, but simply a redirection towards a path that is more aligned with our purpose.
Step 4 reiterates the power of positive affirmations, suggesting that by repeating positive statements about ourselves, we can reprogram our subconscious minds and strengthen our self-belief.
This is a technique that has been used for centuries to shift negative thought patterns and cultivate a more positive and empowering mindset.
And the source offers a simple yet powerful affirmation to get us started. I am worthy of success.
Repeating this affirmation regularly, especially when you're feeling self-doubt or facing challenges, can help you internalize a belief in your own worthiness and attract opportunities that align with that belief.
Step 5 is about turning rejection into a valuable learning experience by actively seeking constructive feedback.
It's about recognizing that every no can provide valuable insights that can help us improve and grow.
The source uses the example of having a proposal rejected.
Instead of getting discouraged, take the opportunity to ask the client for feedback. What were their concerns? What could you have done differently by seeking feedback? You can turn rejection into a powerful opportunity to learn and refine your approach.
Okay, step 6 focuses on developing emotional resilience, which is so important when navigating the inevitable ups and downs of pursuing our dreams.
It's about recognizing that rejection and setbacks are a part of life, and it's our ability to bounce back from those challenges that truly determines our success.
The source suggests practicing mindfulness techniques to help manage negative emotions and maintain a positive outlook.
Techniques like meditation, deep breathing, and reframing negative thoughts can be incredibly helpful for developing emotional resilience and staying grounded in the face of adversity.
And finally, step 7 brings us to the importance of persistence.
Yeah.
The source reminds us that giving up is not an option.
This step really resonates with me. It's about recognizing that success often requires us to persevere through multiple rejections and setbacks before we achieve our goals.
The source reminds us that many successful people face numerous challenges and rejections before they finally achieve their breakthroughs.
Think about it. If J.K. Rowling had given up after being rejected by multiple publishers, we might never have experienced the magic of Harry Potter.
So true. Their stories are a powerful reminder that success is often just on the other side of persistence.
Yeah.
It's about believing in your vision, trusting the process, and never giving up on your dreams.
And that's really the heart of this entire deep dive, isn't it? It's about recognizing that we have the power to shape our reality through our thoughts, actions, and beliefs.
The law of attraction is not just about manifesting material possessions or achieving external success. It's about aligning ourselves with our deepest values and passions and creating a life that is truly fulfilling on every level.
And as we've seen from this source material, it's a journey that requires courage, resilience, and a willingness to embrace both the challenges and the triumphs along the way.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive into the law of attraction. We've explored the core principles, we've delved into practical steps for overcoming fear and building confidence, and we've even touched on the importance of aligning our actions with our values to create a truly fulfilling life.
It's been a fascinating exploration of the power of our minds to shape our reality. And as we move into the final part of this deep dive, I want to encourage you to reflect on what has resonated with you most deeply.
What insights have sparked your curiosity? What steps or techniques are you most excited to experiment with in your own life?
Yeah, it's been a journey, that's for sure.
It has.
From facing those fears head on to really embracing the power of our thoughts, you know?
Right.
This source material has given us a lot to chew on.
It has. And remember, it's not just about passively listening.
Right.
It's about taking those nuggets of wisdom and actually applying them to your own life. That's where the real transformation happens.
Absolutely. Speaking of taking things further, didn't you mention that the source points us toward a way to go even deeper with this whole law of attraction thing?
Yes, it actually references a full book titled The Law of Attraction, You Attract What You Are,
Oh, wow.
which expands on everything we've been talking about and provides even more practical guidance on how to make it work for you.
You can find a link to it in the show notes.
So for anyone listening who's feeling that spark, that desire to really explore this further and put these principles into action, that book sounds like the perfect next step.
Consider it an invitation to continue the journey.
Yeah.
Who knows what amazing things you might attract into your life with a little more knowledge and a lot of action.
Before we wrap up this deep dive,
Yeah.
I'm curious, what's resonating with you most from everything we've discussed? Is there a particular concept, a step, or maybe even a quote that really stood out?
Take a moment to think about it.
Yeah.
What are you most excited to try out in your own life? Because remember, the law of attraction is all about taking action, about aligning your energy with what you want to bring into your reality.
And one final thought for you to ponder straight from the source material. True happiness doesn't come from focusing solely on wealth or material things. It comes from living a fulfilling life that's aligned with your values and passions.
So as you continue exploring the law of attraction, think about how you can apply its principles to all areas of your life, not just your career or your finances.
Because ultimately, it's about becoming the best, most authentic version of yourself and creating a life that reflects your deepest desires and aspirations.
And on that note, we'll wrap up this deep dive. Keep exploring, keep believing in yourself, and keep attracting all the amazing things that are waiting for you.
Thanks for joining us.